Hey everybody, welcome to Woah
What?
Podcast, episode 1. Today we're going to cover sports, but before we get into that, let's go around the table and introduce ourselves. Go ahead.
Aaron here.
Max.
And this is Steven. I think we're going to start off talking a little bit of college football. What do you guys want to cover?
We can talk about the one that's always the best that I don't know anything about, like everything else. Alabama. Go ahead.
Alabama. What's your question on Alabama?
I mean, are they as good as they always are?
I'm inclined to say yes.
I mean, that's on the basis that they're always amazing, which is what everyone says.
Yes.
Whether they're mad about it or they're happy about it, everyone says that they're amazing.
That's true.
Because they paid their players before they were supposed to, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, I think their defense isn't as strong as it has been. I think that showed against Florida a couple weeks ago, 2-point victory. We're going to get an answer today, I think. Ole Miss, it's Lane Kiffin, Nick Saban. I think today's whenever we get our answer. As we're recording this, the other SEC team that's appeared to be dominant so far, Georgia, smoking Arkansas. It was 24-0 the last time I looked whenever I put my phone down to get ready to start recording. Ooh. So Arkansas's an 8. Arkansas's at 8. Georgia's at 2. So I don't know. Alabama, I think Alabama can run the table.
Oh, yeah.
But I think they're going to have to get through Ole Miss today.
Yeah, it's definitely a hurdle they're going to have to jump over to really prove how it's going to be the rest of the season.
I don't disagree. I think Vegas has it at 14.5. 14.5 for Alabama. So, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what their against the spread record is.
Right.
Recently, I know that I personally bet Mercer plus 56.5 and hit that one.
I don't know who that is.
So
yeah. I forgot about that.
So, I don't know. I think for what it's worth, my opinion, Alabama is for real. I think they're the clear front runner for the national title, but I think that means they're going to have to go through Georgia. That's going to be the deciding factor. The downside to the top 4 right now is that you've got Alabama at 1, Georgia at 2, which means at some point they're going to have to match up against each other.
Close proximity.
Also close proximity, but they're going to have to match up against each other.
Yeah.
Which means
I mean, they see each other all the time. They're neighbors.
The top 2 teams are going to have to play.
Right.
And I think the big question is, does that bump whoever loses that game out of a playoff spot?
See, I don't know there.
That is going to entirely depend on 2 things. One, does Notre Dame run the table? They play Cincinnati in 15 minutes. That game kicks off. So we'll know then, because after Cincinnati, Notre Dame's it's theirs to lose at that point. And I'm not a Notre Dame fan at all.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting to see what you were going to say there.
But I need Notre Dame to go undefeated. I've got a little sprinkled in a little cheddar on 24-1.
Right.
Notre Dame finishing the season undefeated. So not a Notre Dame fan,
but
want to see him run the table, and then want to see him match up against Alabama, so we can see all it happen again. All the hype, all the this. The SEC's not as good as they say it is. Alabama's not as good as they say they are. All of this stuff.
And then they get spanked.
And Alabama, the last time, Alabama and Notre Dame, when they played for the national title several years ago, I tell this story all the time. Notre Dame pushed and prodded and had to try to grind the Alabama defense down to go down the field. And it took, I think it took the wind out of their sails. Because after that, after the grind, after the push, after all the work, Alabama took the ball, and in about, I want to say, this is off of memory, I want to say it was about a minute and a half. Alabama just went down the field and scored a touchdown. And that was it. So, is the Alabama team that good this year? Is the real question. Clemson's out. Clemson's done. They're sitting at 25. They're 2-2.
Oh, not great. Not good luck.
So that leaves Georgia. are the other teams real? Penn State. They play IU today. IU
Yeah.
beat them last year in Bloomington.
They did.
So, Michigan State's undefeated. They're playing Western Kentucky tonight.
Okay.
Ohio State's undefeated.
Yeah.
Michigan is undefeated. They're playing Wisconsin right now, and at halftime, they were up by 3. Suck on that one, Steven. Got Wisconsin minus 2.5.
Is it safe to say that the best players are typically seniors?
No. Not at all. In fact, the best players usually don't make it to their senior year
Interesting.
because the rule for the NFL is 3 years removed from high school. So
Right.
your top players that are going into the draft, typically speaking, are going to be finishing as juniors.
So either way, it's safe to say that they lose their best players every year. And they have to get new best players every year in college.
No. I would say every other
Or
year.
they lose some of their best players every year.
Well, that's true across the board.
Yeah. So that's I've never understood like comparing games from last year to this year in anything other than professional sports because they don't have the same players every year. Like the Colts or somebody like that typically does.
Well, some schools, right?
Right.
The whole thing is a perfect example, and I've probably said this so many times it makes Max's ears bleed.
Yeah, here we go.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh God.
After the Super Bowl last year, do you know how many of their starters they returned out of their 22?
I don't know.
It was 22. They returned all 22 starters from last season. That doesn't happen very often.
Nope. Pretty much never.
So I get what you're saying. I would say every other year they're kind of having to go back in, but at the same time, you're looking at a situation where schools know at the most they've got them for 4 or 5 years. If they redshirt them as a freshman, sophomore, something like that,
Oh yeah.
it's
If they're good, they're not getting them for 5
it's-
years.
right? But it's
Well,
not like the
most
NFL
likely.
where you're locking guys down for 8 years, 10 years, something like that. So they prepare for it. They've got the recruits. They've got the people. So my vote, Alabama's for real. Clear front runner for the national title. I know Georgia looks good, but I'm hard pressed to believe that team's going to be able to take it to Nick Saban.
How old is he now?
I think he's almost 70.
Is he ever going to retire, or is he just going to die in that stadium?
I think he's gonna Joe Pot. I think he's gonna Joe Paterno this thing. He's just gonna coach until he craps his pants on the sideline and can't coach anymore. That's that's what I think, right? And even then, he'll be
He'll coach
crapping.
from home.
He'll be crapping his pants and calling a play to win the national title.
He'll be on Zoom.
Yeah.
He'll Zoom
He'll
call
coach
in.
from Zoom from hospice.
I was about to say he'll be getting his depends changed in the locker rooms while making the plays. Like
You don't need a medical trainer for that or athletic trainer for
What is
that.
he
you
making
sure
a year?
don't.
9.1, I think.
What?
Yeah.
Every year?
Yeah.
Is he on is he just on a salary or is he on a contract?
He's contracted. Yeah.
What is he contracted?
To keep winning national titles.
Success.
Success. Yeah, that's the big one. That's the big one.
That's crazy.
So, Alabama, interesting. I do want to talk about this, and this always surprised me. And it's the two big Alabama schools. You've got the Alabama Crimson Tide, right? Their mascot,
Okay.
the big elephant, named Big Al. Okay.
Okay.
Weird.
Okay.
Then you go onto the other side of the state and go to Auburn.
Yeah.
They're the Tigers. Their mascot's name is Aubie, big tiger.
Okay.
And then they scream War Eagle, and they have an eagle fly around their stadium. So I don't know what it is about the state of Alabama going, hey, our mascot or our name is going to be this, but we want our mascot to be this.
I mean, not to offend anyone, but it's Alabama. So
Oh yeah, it's almost too many to name, but in my research of like everything from professional to college mascots and like traditions with that, from name to the mascot, it just crazy differences.
Yeah.
Like doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, which I actually have something on that for this. So speaking of college teams, mascots, logos, all of that, across the board, what would you guys say is your favorite either team logo, team mascot, something along those lines. Whoever wants to go can go.
Okay. All right, I'll go first. Honestly, I took this because I looked into it, and once I started finding little things to it, I liked it more and just had to pick it up. But the Fighting Illini.
Okay. Playing right now against Charlotte. I have them
Yeah.
minus 10.5, and I think they're losing.
Do you have any games that aren't bet on today?
Yeah, I did not bet Louisville Wake Forest, and it looks like it's a good thing because it's pretty tight.
No, because I never knew what it was. I was like, okay, I got to know what this mascot is, what this name's about.
Yeah, I don't
Native
even,
American,
I don't even
right?
know what that means.
Well, I was going to say, the word Illini does have Native American origins, meaning best people.
Okay.
But then
Sounds a little
the actual term Fighting Illini was, if I'm remembering correctly, was first donned during World War I to refer to the Illinois residents who had gone over to fight in World War I
Okay.
as the Fighting Illini.
It's a very
And then it
specific
kind of carried on from there and was eventually picked up
Okay.
at school.
So that would explain why cancel culture hasn't come for them yet.
Yet.
Okay. Yeah. Being the operative word.
But soon.
Aaron?
I guess I'll go with the Spartans because, they're pretty dope people,
Michigan
usually.
State,
Yeah.
Sparty.
Yeah.
Spartans are pretty cool, other than their suspect acts that they did with each other in between battles. But other than that, they're pretty dope.
Now,
Okay.
college athletes can be paid for, and you see it a lot in the news, this acronym NIL.
Right.
For people who don't know, it's name, image, likeness. That was the big ordeal with NCAA football games, things like that.
Yeah.
Players didn't love the fact that they weren't getting paid for their likeness and image on the games. So what is your guys' take on college athletes being able to get endorsements, not being paid by the school because the school is providing their education?
They've
room,
always
board,
been getting paid by the school, technically,
boosters.
Well, I mean,
with their free tuition.
Yes, which
That's technically getting paid. Because you're getting
or
a service for
you're
free.
receiving.
You're receiving a
something.
service for free.
yeah, I was going to say, how many are on scholarship, though? Like, I doubt that unless I'm wrong, call me wrong if I am, every single football player on every single college
No.
team is on scholarship.
Not even a little
No,
bit.
Yeah.
but I would be willing to say that the people that are probably getting these sponsorships are also probably the people that have scholarships.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah.
Well, like,
So I see your point.
I don't have a problem with it. I initially had a problem with it because I thought the school was going to be paying them, and I didn't
Okay.
love that. But if they could just go out and get
No.
sponsorships and endorsements and stuff like that,
I don't think the other kids that have no say or care about sports should be paying for the kids to play sports at that school. Because that's where that would come from, their
Right.
tuition.
Right.
But if they want to get endorsements and sponsorships, that's fine. I don't see a problem with it. If you want to spend your money, I mean, it's a tax write-off for that company anyway, so
right.
what does it matter?
Yeah, no, I agree. So let's talk about some. I've just got 3 names written down here, and just kind of some different little points about it. I wrote Bryce Young, Alabama quarterback. The only reason I wrote it down
yeah.
was because before the season ever started, he had never taken a snap for Alabama. And Nick Saban, in a press conference, said that he was going to be making upwards of $1 million in sponsorships, had never taken a snap. I cannot stress that enough.
That's insane.
Pardon me?
Yeah. Over $1 million.
I guess
He
they
said,
just assume if they play for Alabama, they're going
I
to
mean,
get that much money.
yeah, you go back to the first thing we talked about, right?
Yeah.
It's easy.
Does that include the $985,000 Alabama paid him to take that snap?
I don't know. Maybe. So I brought this one up for Aaron. We've already talked Alabama. We've talked Auburn. Now we've talked Alabama's quarterback. Now let's talk Auburn's quarterback. At least I think there may be a little controversy in Alabama, or in Auburn rather. Quarterbacks. Bo Nix, starting quarterback, started as a true freshman, I think 2 years ago.
Right.
But he got yanked against Penn State last week. They brought another kid in. I can't remember his name, but Bo Nix. I wrote this down specifically for Aaron. Sponsored by Milo's Sweet Tea.
God, it's so good. It's the best sweet tea you can buy at the store.
Wait, 100%.
What?
100% the best sweet tea. You can buy at the store.
It's so good.
It's-
Have you never had it?
For store-bought in the jug sweet tea, there is nothing better than Milo's sweet tea.
Listen, I don't do this
Nothing.
very often.
What, support one of his
I agree
opinions?
with Aaron.
Like, McDonald's sweet tea is better. Sure. Also can't buy that in the
Okay,
jug at the
yeah,
store.
no.
I mean,
Yeah, we're talking.
maybe in some
We're
places you
talking
can,
like
but
I go
not
to the
here.
grocery store and I buy
Milo's.
Milo's
If you buy
Sweet Tea.
anything other than Milo's Sweet Tea, I'm going to make fun of you.
Yeah.
It's that
so
good.
good. And it's cheap. It's like $1.50 a
Okay,
gallon.
now I feel like I just have to buy a bunch of different sweet teas. I appreciate.
I mean,
the
you
price.
can, but you're going to want Milo's.
I appreciate the price on Milo's sweet tea.
Yeah, it's like $2 a gallon or something.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I had it, so I can't.
You know what?
And you can buy the single servings.
Yes, you can.
Wait, you can buy single serving?
Yeah, you
Huh?
can.
Little bottle.
Little bottle.
Huh.
And you're supporting Bo Nix, quarterback, Auburn. I don't know if that sways you at all.
Either way, it's delicious.
So I brought that one. We've got one more to cover, and this is
Okay.
Miami, Florida. Miami, not Miami of Ohio. Office fans, shout out. De'Eric King.
What did you just say?
His name is De'Eric. D''ERIQ King.
Okay.
He is sponsored by a company out of Tampa, Florida. That's where their headquarters is.
All right.
It's a $20,000 sponsorship,
Oh, okay.
and it is called College Hunks Haul and Junk.
Don't they operate around here?
I have no idea.
I know they operate in Florida. I've seen them before.
Well, yeah, their headquarters is in Tampa.
But I don't know if they operate around here. It's a pretty
I-
big
I
franchise.
mean,
They went on
yeah.
Shark Tank.
Yeah.
I've never seen college hunks hauling junk.
It's like 2 men in a truck, but for trash.
Hilarious. It's just funny.
No, I love it.
So,
Definitely caught me off guard.
all right, so let's put our if we were college athletes hat on.
Okay.
Okay? If you had to pick one company to sponsor you, who would it be and why?
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
Hmm.
So mine, while you guys are thinking about it,
Yeah.
mine, you guys will definitely appreciate this. Hopefully the listeners will understand too. Mine is EA Sports. And here's why.
Are you
Okay.
gonna get
I
all
think I
of
know
the?
where you're
Are you
going.
gonna get all the DLC for free?
Nope. No, that's a good point. I hadn't thought about that. What I was thinking was I have EA Sports pump out a ton of merch for me, right? And then you buy a
Right.
t-shirt. But much like their video games, all you get is the t-shirt, and then you have to pay extra
For the sleeves.
for the logo, for the sleeves, for the name on the back, for the number.
And
for
by the
all
time
those
you're
things.
done,
Oh
it's
my
$175.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, Steve's cashing checks.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Cashing checks. Thanks, EA. Thanks for ruining video games, but making me wealthy if I was an athlete.
I'm gonna go with like I don't know. It's a toss up between Big Daddy Unlimited and Classic Firearms because that would save me a lot of money. I get free stuff. I don't even need a check. Just send me the stuff. I'll put it in my wish list and then send it to me monthly. That's all I want.
What you thinking, Max?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Just because of the work I do, it'd be real sweet to get a Milwaukee Tools sponsorship.
What about Snap-on?
'cause
That's
I
got
have-
good resale value.
I need Milwaukee quality, but my pocket cannot pay for Milwaukee
Sure.
quality.
You
You
got
got
like the
like-
champagne taste with beer salary kind of
You
deal.
got like
Exactly,
Black and
100%.
Decker pockets, but Milwaukee wants.
That's why I'm like, Miller High Life, the champagne of beers. Like
It's not.
I got to get what I can get.
It's not.
Okay,
Michelob Ultra's
Yeah.
really good. Maybe the best.
I'm not going to get into it with you right now over that.
It's not good. I don't like it.
I mean, Michelob Ultra's the smoothest.
That's the beer of my childhood.
We could.
It's the smoothest.
I don't know
beer.
what to do
Wait.
with that information.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is it the beer
my
you
early-
drank when you were a
my
child,
early
or
20s?
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Sounds great. Okay, so EA Sports for me. Classic Firearms, you said, Aaron?
Yeah.
For you. Milwaukee Tools for
I'm gonna
Max.
need a hefty sponsorship though. Like, a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. It's got to be worth it. The
I'm
key,
saying 100,000 a month.
Well, so no, the key to that is you just need to go to a school that's like somewhere like Oklahoma, Texas, Florida, somewhere like that. Where,
According to this, I need to go to Bama.
okay, well, yeah, everyone should just go to Bama.
That would be.
If you're the best, just go to Bama.
Well, yeah, I need
Also,
100,000 a
I'm just
month.
saying, with Milwaukee, there's also clothing.
That's
I
true.
I could get a heated jacket.
Also, here's the other thing. I don't even have this in the notes, but
Okay.
because we were just talking about if you're the best, go to Bama, and then I was sitting here thinking like, oh, that's only for football. The number one recruit in basketball just committed to Alabama.
Are they good at basketball?
What?
They've been getting a lot better, but the number one guy just committed. So who knows? Who knows from
Interesting.
here? So
Sounds like a monopoly.
let's go into something fun
Okay.
here. I'm gonna hand it over to Max, and he
yeah.
is going to kick us off with a segment that we like to call "Where's That Team?" So the idea of this, Aaron's not super well versed in
That's an overstatement.
pro sports, college teams, things like that. So the idea here is Max is going to say a team name, the mascot, the logo, something along those lines.
All right.
Aaron's job is to pick where that is. So if it's college, we may sprinkle in a little bit extra. If he can get something right, we ask him maybe what city it's in.
I'm not going to get any.
See
of
if he
these
can
right.
figure that out.
I could figure out the NFL ones just because they're commonly talked about.
Yeah.
College,
Where's-
not going to happen.
Okay, hang on. Test one then because he's so confident.
Hey, what?
New-
Confident.
New York, about the NFL, about getting the cities right.
Okay.
New York Jets, New York Giants, where are they?
What do you mean?
Where are they?
New York. There you
New
go.
Jersey.
Boom.
So a good start.
Wait, what?
They play their Meadowlands Stadium is in New Jersey.
But they're the New York Jets,
I'm well aware.
Yeah.
Find a place in New York to put a football field.
right on top of a skyscraper.
Look,
That'd
they've
be
got
pretty
them.
baller,
Don't get me
not
wrong.
gonna
They've
lie.
got them. Fordham University has one in the Bronx, but like 14 people go to their games, so pretty easy to put that one.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, Max, kick it off. Let's see what we've got for Aaron.
All right. I decided to. I'm going to rattle off a few from the NHL today.
oh yeah, this is going to be even worse.
Oh, I know, and I'm going to love it.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. I'll hit you with the Ducks.
Pass.
They don't play at Disney World. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that.
Oh, okay. So pass 100%.
Oh,
pass.
yeah.
Not even going to take just like a stab in the dark. Like
I mean, it sounds familiar.
Well, they only made how many movies?
how many movies and TV shows and cartoons and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, they did
I don't know the
that.
cartoon.
But in the title of that, does it say that where they're from?
Wait, in the title of the cartoons and movies?
Mm.
No,
No.
Well, then how am I supposed to know?
because it's a Disney franchise. That should be a big hint.
I don't know.
Anaheim. The Mighty Ducks.
They're not the Mighty Ducks anymore.
I know they're not the Mighty Ducks anymore, but
Yeah, I would have. I
their
would have never
mascot
got
is
that.
Still
The Duck.
the Duck.
I don't know what he's called.
Like
Yeah, I would have
really
never got
mascot.
that.
Contrary to popular belief, the Anaheim Ducks. Never seen.
Why are
them.
they not mighty anymore?
Somebody bought him and wanted
Losing
to get.
streak?
No, somebody bought him and wanted to get away from the Disney thing. But what I was going to say,
Okay.
they do not use the flying V as much as whenever I was a child I would have expected them to.
Really?
Yes.
That's
Interesting.
unfortunate.
All right, next team.
All right, we'll I'll give you location this time instead of mascot.
Okay.
Ooh,
Ottawa.
Canucks.
no, but
Was I close?
well, as far as geographically, no, actually, almost couldn't be much further away
Okay.
in North America. But
Okay.
you got it. Well, the Canucks are a Canadian hockey team.
Well, I know that.
Yeah, so I mean, you were in Canada. Like
The difference
you had
is-
that
Okay. What does it
covered.
start with?
It
The
starts.
The team that's right.
S.
Yeah.
We have
Um,
50 of them in the United States, right? 100 of them.
I have no idea.
We have 100, right?
100 what?
Senators.
Oh, well, that's boring. So they're just corrupt.
Well, yeah, but
Haven't
that's
won in a
not
really
the-
long time
I
either.
was gonna say that's not what the mascot looks like. Also,
What does it look like? An
the
old dude in a
logo
suit?
versus the mascot. I off the top of my head, I don't have it for you, but when I was doing that research, two completely different.
Well, yeah, it almost looks like a Caesar era, or used to look like a Caesar era, Roman soldier.
Yeah,
in
and
a
like
way.
that's what the logo still looks like, but whatever is going on with the mascot, it's nowhere near it.
Yeah. I don't
Uh,
know. All right, let's polish off one more.
all
We
right,
got it.
one
He's
more.
got to get one. We got to have him get one.
Okay.
Should I underhand pitch this one? Maybe
Overhand change up.
Slow pitch,
Soft pitch.
pitching machine.
Pitching machine, Pinto. I think that's what they were called around here.
What? That's a bean.
Okay.
I mean, fair enough. Okay. The Blues. Where are they from?
I feel like I know this.
You should,
Like,
because
I feel like you've lived in this region long enough and been around
me.
people. Yeah.
Long
mainly
enough to hear me
Steven.
complain.
Long enough to hear him.
Yeah, I've
complain
heard you
about
complain about the Blues because I'm pretty sure the year that you complained they beat the Red Wings.
I mean,
No.
No.
There was a year that the Bruins lost the Stanley Cup.
yeah.
Chicago?
Oh.
No, close. Geographically, relatively close.
How
Yeah.
close?
You're not that far off.
St.
I don't know,
Louis.
you're the.
There you go.
That's
We
close.
got
it
it.
is.
Ding, ding, ding. St.
That's
Louis.
close. Boom, I'm a genius. I know everything.
Okay. Wow. That's going to be a tough
I'm
sell.
a genius. I know everything. Okay, 1 out of 3, guys.
Nashville Predators. Boom, go.
Yeah, so far, let's just review. In this last one, he named Chicago, boo, St. Louis, boo, Nashville, boo. So now we have to get off this subject or my face is going to turn red because I hate those teams. And we're going to get into something Aaron knows a whole lot about that I don't know anything. Don't know about you. I know we've all
Not
watched
really.
fights
The
together.
early days, yes, I knew a fair
Back in the good old days,
Yeah.
the
Before
Before
golden
there
days.
were
like-
a million people
like
on payroll.
Chuck the Iceman Liddell days, like the beginning.
Tito
Yeah.
Ortiz.
You know, he hangs out with a lot of YouTubers now.
He does.
Donut
Donut
Operator.
operator. I saw him.
Demo.
Yeah, they all did a thing
the-
together.
Um,
So now I want to talk about your division, the
All right.
NFC West. Rams are 3-0. They beat the Buccaneers in the regular season. We've seen this one before. But the Cardinals are 3-0 too.
Yeah, they're really killing it.
So let's just look comparatively.
I thought the Cardinals played baseball.
they do. That's
Okay.
St. Louis. That's the MLB.
As we also learned that a cardinal can be a tree.
They can also play multiple sports.
Yes.
Okay.
You can't.
So I was right but wrong.
It's
Yes.
not like a team
Okay.
has
I'll
take
exclusive
that.
rights.
I'll take a
to
50-50.
mascot.
So the Rams have beat the Bears by 20. Of course,
I mean,
pretty sure Colorado State for the blind could beat the Bears by 20.
I mean, probably.
They beat the Colts by 3. Tough look.
Yeah, that was tough.
And they beat the Bucks by 10.
Are the Colts bad?
Yeah.
Like they always have been?
No, worse.
No.
Worse?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they're
I thought-
0-3.
I thought they couldn't get worse.
Oh, you can. So this week we'll know. I didn't even think about this whenever I was looking at the standings. Rams Cardinals play tomorrow.
Weren't,
Yeah. 100% aware.
not to just
Rams are 4.5-point favorites.
roll back to this, but weren't they decent after I moved away? And then I moved back and then I got significantly worse.
When did you move away?
Mm,
Yes, because you moved whenever I was 15. You moved to Knoxville whenever I was 15. Right
Sure.
before I turned 16, they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and then I moved back 4 years ago.
And
They're garbage.
they're back.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you, Aaron.
You're welcome.
okay.
Wherever you want me to move, as long as you pay me enough, I'll move there.
Okay, so let's get into something fun. Let's do haters gonna hate. Aaron, I want to go to you first.
Okay.
What athlete, doesn't matter what sport, doesn't matter. What athlete is your least favorite? Who do you hate the most?
The thing is, I hate somebody the most, and I don't even have a reason. and I'd love to have a reason. I mean, I have kind of a reason, but not enough to like hate them as much as I Patrick Mahomes.
Is it the
hate-
voice?
It's the voice, it's his stupid face, and the fact that he got so ridiculously hyped up
To get spanked by Tom?
to get spanked by Tom. He talks so much about how he's going to beat Tom and he wants to play Tom and all this other stuff. No, you don't. You don't want to.
So, okay, so
He
I
got
have a...
spanked. And if he was less of a moron and he decided that, oh, just because I can throw 100 yards doesn't mean you have to every play. Stop getting sacked, throw for 10, and move forward. It's not that hard. I don't even know anything about football.
Sports.
You don't have to throw it 157 yards every time. Just throw it for 7, go again, run 3 yards, get a first down, keep going.
Okay, so
What game was it that he got sacked like 7 times back to back to
I don't
back
know.
to back?
So my question is, and you're going to lean bias here.
Okay.
So he won the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Right,
Yep.
right.
Didn't have to go through Tom Brady.
No.
Last year he has to go through Tom Brady and gets,
Dominated.
rushed. Should he have a Super Bowl taken away from him?
I mean,
Should you take that Super Bowl?
That
Should-
far.
Here's the question.
I think they
Like,
should take
almost
half
every-
the ring.
Almost every Super Bowl lately has had to go through Tom Brady.
He can have the band, but they take the top. They take the head of the ring.
Oh, yeah?
He can have the band with the name on it, but no top.
All right. I mean, yeah. Okay.
He's overhyped.
I
And
don't
he gets
disagree.
paid too much.
He gets paid a lot. All right, Max.
I'm going to have...
Is this going to tick me off?
Probably.
I don't know. We'll see if
What
it sticks
sport
out.
is it?
It's baseball. And technically...
Oh, God. Go.
Something else. Jose Canseco.
Oh, God, he sucks. Who did he fight? He fought somebody recently. and
Yeah, it was that rough and rowdy.
Yeah,
from
he fought
Barstool.
a rough and rowdy
yeah.
and literally gave
And
up.
that's-
He was like,
Who
oh,
did
my
he fight? Yeah,
shoulder.
who did he fight?
See,
Somebody, I can't remember.
I had that highlighted here.
He
And,
he wanted to fight Logan.
No, it
I
was
know.
he was from Pardon My Take.
Either way, he literally
Was he?
Yeah.
faked. I mean, I may be wrong.
It was Billy Football.
Yeah, and he
That's- yep.
faked an injury to get out of it. I don't believe his shoulder just all of a sudden hurt.
I don't either.
No,
No.
one. And
So why do you
two,
hate him?
well,
Hey,
okay.
hey, it's his guy.
Okay.
Yeah, but I want to talk about how he provoked the biggest clapback in Twitter history.
I know.
That was okay. So yes, Rough and Rowdy was my number 2 reason for hating him.
God,
Here
it
we
sucks.
got to the end of it, and boom, there it was, like 2 seconds.
I
Right.
didn't expect to agree with you so
Um,
much. God, I hate that guy.
Also, just something about his face.
Yeah,
Like,
And how
it's
orange
so
he is?
True.
Yeah, that
how orange
that's
that man is.
off-putting. Something about him, like I see him. First time I ever saw him, I was just like, yeah, I don't like that guy.
Well, he's that
And he has not
stereotypical
proven me
really
wrong.
good athlete until you're not because you're old, and then just don't ever accept the fact you're not 20 anymore.
Right.
Well,
And
okay.
do you know
Yeah.
about the Twitter clapback?
It's the best. It's the best.
It is
clapback
the
of all
best
time.
clapback in Twitter history.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you will
So,
too.
100%.
I'll give you the
Yeah.
backstory. Logan
Okay.
Paul
All right.
dated Josie Canseco,
Oh,
very attractive young gal,
now it's all coming
and
back.
he
to
dated her for a while. Then they broke up, and then Mr. Canseco
Yeah.
decided that he wasn't relevant anymore, so he wanted to get into this boxing scene.
Right.
So he called out Logan and then said, I'll fight any of the Pauls. And then Logan clapped back on Twitter by saying, that's fine. I love
Smashing
smashing
Canseco's.
Canseco's.
Oh.
Yeah, not great. And then
No.
the Twitter
not mad
feed
about
ended.
it, though.
The Twitter
Yeah,
feed ended after
That's the
that.
end.
Yeah.
You don't have anything to say back to that.
No.
No.
No, you can't.
No.
Because he just told you he would beat you up, and in the same sentence also said that he loved having sex with your daughter.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's tough.
Yeah.
And okay, here's the thing.
That's rough.
As a dad, you have to fight him.
Yeah, but he shouldn't.
No, he should, but you have to.
But you shouldn't.
No, no.
Because he would get
Walking
demolished.
up in the middle of the street and cold cock him across the chin.
Yeah,
I think that would probably still go wrong.
it's fine.
I mean,
Some-
probably.
That
That's-
shoulder would pop out of
that's-
place halfway through the punch.
that's probably true, but I think it has to happen.
Okay.
And I'm going to assume Logan has a large entourage.
Another
You're not
reason
going to get across that street.
for just having a problem with him is I understand everybody was juicing back in his day.
Everybody.
He's
I-
still
I
juicing.
I understand that. Don't get me wrong. But come on, he retires and he's just living his life. Then another I'm not relevant anymore situation comes out with a tell-all book ratting out everybody who not only like the players that he know for sure were juicing, but then he just sat there and was like, you know what? And I bet that guy was, and I bet that guy was. Just speculates on all these other players.
They were all doing it.
Whether it's true or false.
That's fair.
Like,
that's fair. Yeah.
How are you going to turn around and do that to like your own people?
Speaking of juicing, can we all accept the fact that The Rock is on a ridiculous cycle at all times?
Yeah.
You're not in your 40s and look like that all the time. Like, you can be lean.
He's a rock.
But he's massive. He is... He has got so much body mass, but also such a low body fat percentage all the time. It's just not possible.
Mm-hmm.
You're old. I'm not saying there's a problem with it, but like, let's just all come to that realization.
Would you
stop.
say you're gonna stop? No.
Go ahead, but also stop.
Would you say he's rock solid?
I hate it. I hate it. You know who my most hated athlete is? Max technically played sports whenever he was in high school, so it's you.
No. All right. Well, there you go.
You know what?
No,
I don't think I deserve that. Actually,
you didn't, and I apologize.
There's really no need to be hurtful, but you did.
I meant it. No, my most hated athlete, Shea Weber.
I don't even know who that is.
He played for the Nashville Predators, so that didn't start off well.
Okay.
Then in the playoffs several years back, at the end of a hockey game, he grabbed a hold of Henrik Zetterberg of the Detroit Red Wings, grabbed a hold of his head, and slammed him into the glass, holding his head, hitting it.
Okay.
No penalty, no nothing.
Well, that falls on the ref.
I understand that, but he shouldn't have done it to begin with.
I think when you play hockey, it all goes.
No, I hate him. I was so glad that he played for the Predators because it made it easier to hate him.
Yeah.
And now he's with Montreal, and I still hate him.
So you hate him for holding his head into the glass?
No, he didn't hold it into the glass. It was a clear.
He held it and then went into the glass.
No, it was a clear. Had him here doing like a swinging motion with his head at the end of a game.
How many times?
It was like 4.
Do we think that is worse than just punching him in the face? Because you can get so much more momentum on a punch than holding his whole head.
I don't know if it's the problem that he did it. I know that I do have a problem with him doing it, but it's who he did it to.
Okay, so if it would have been reversed, would you have been just as mad at the guy doing it?
Absolutely. In fact, a few years ago, Gustav Nyquist of the Red Wings turned around and cross-checked a guy in his mouth. I was watching the game, and whenever it happened, I said, he better get a suspension for that.
Suspension?
Suspension.
Not even just a little penalty action?
No, he got both.
No. Yeah, I mean, I think I agree. Like, hockey, love watching them just checking each other.
I mean, I think getting punched in the face is worse.
But, like...
And they don't get suspended for that.
Right, but you're talking about...
There's a line.
Yeah, you're talking about standing behind somebody and doing it. Like, that's the issue that I have. And I have the issue that he did it to Zetterberg. Zetterberg's not a guy like that.
Well, he needs to do some neck ups. All right. He needs to get that strong
He's
neck.
retired now. But, I mean, there are certain guys in the NHL that don't fight. They're not cheap. They're not doing stuff like that. Trust me, on that Red Wings team, there were plenty for him to choose from.
Well, that's why he chose someone that didn't.
Sure.
Yeah, it was Bertuzzi and Abdelkader.
Like,
oh, okay.
Criminals don't walk around and like, hey, I know that guy's armed.
No,
Let's
but
break into his house.
the big thing about hockey is that there is a code at every level.
Yeah. There's respect.
So, can't stand him. So, let's get off the negative. So, a fun segment that we're going to try here from time to time is we're going to pick a random school somewhere in the country. And the way we got there this time in particular, just sitting around, I asked Aaron to pick a state, and he threw Minnesota at me. And then I looked at Max and asked him to pick a division of college sports. He put Division II. So I go into Google and just typed in Division II colleges in Minnesota, and we came with, Max?
We came up with Winona State University. All
right, so Winona State University, Division II school. Max is going to tell us everything we need to know about Winona State, and I'm interested to hear. So go ahead.
All right, well, we'll kick it off with sports since that's kind of been our theme going today. Just to let you know, they are their conference is the NSIC, the Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference. Kind of covers the western, Midwest part of the U.S.
That's a mouthful.
A little bit.
What?
It's a little more than I expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
All right.
We need to shorten that.
They got to shorten that? Well, that's why they put NSIC.
Well, they need to get rid of that. Just all of it. Just Northwest. That's all I need to know.
North. Well, no, there is no Northwest. It's Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference.
That is insane. The sun's everywhere. It's the same sun.
All right, we'll start off with their football team here, currently sitting at 3-1 overall.
Not bad.
Yeah, not too bad of a start to the season. I mean, I'll give you a few scores here. First game, kicking it off with 47-6.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Did they play a high school?
No, they played Concordia University of St. Paul.
Okay.
Yeah.
47-6.
47-6.
Okay.
Starting off the season, big numbers.
Those are big numbers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then we got let's see, the second W for the season, 27-13.
Okay.
Still going, like 2 possessions, still going strong. Took an L next weekend for the 29-3 against University of Minnesota Duluth.
Okay. 29-3.
Good old Duluth.
29-23.
29-23.
I meant 23. No,
Holy cow.
no.
Okay.
Close
Yeah.
game.
So, yeah, 29-23. I mean, only 1 touchdown and an extra point. No biggie.
Okay.
Last week, University of Mary sitting at 48-38 with that W.
Okay. Another 2-possession game.
So this week, actually, today, they're kicking it off with Wayne State College.
Sounds like a
First
community
game of
college.
the conference. First conference game of the season.
Where's that at?
That is in Wayne, Nebraska.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
going out of state there. So they'll be playing them today at about 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Then next week, homecoming weekend. Hey,
Hey, you got to listen. You got to win the homecoming week game.
yeah, we got a game October 9th at 2 p.m. versus Northern State University. They're gonna be playing them in Winona.
Okay.
Yeah,
On
so
homecoming weekend.
Little hometown game, little homecoming weekend.
oh yeah, just gonna be having a
All
little
right.
fun with it. So
Well, go Warrior football.
right,
All right.
Best school in the country.
Oh yeah.
Best by far. Yeah.
Well, I mean, in my book, sure.
Winona State for life.
Then you know what? Let's kick it over to. We're gonna go a little off. We haven't talked about this sport yet today. We're gonna hit you with some volleyball.
I love volleyball.
Who doesn't?
Big volleyball guy.
Love volleyball.
What kind of volleyball though?
Any
Any?
kind of volleyball. Beach, regular.
Yeah.
Hey,
No specific kinds of volleyball?
no, listen. If you get the chance to go see like a legit team play volleyball, do it. Just do it. Volleyball's awesome.
All right. Well, I think if you want
So
to
men's
see,
volleyball, right?
Hey, men's volleyball, women's volleyball. It's just crazy to see some of the things that they can do. It's crazy.
100%. Well, if you wanted to see some solid volleyball team action here, you should be going to some Winona State games.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, we're looking at with the season 13-1
Holy
for the beginning of the
cow.
season. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, let's see here. They're 5-1 in their conference. I mean, they're 1-1 at home, but
Okay.
5-0 away, 7-0 neutral.
Okay.
So, killing it out there. And all their W's do not go above 3-1. We're looking at
Jeez.
3-0 and 3-1 W's here. boys.
Holy cow.
Bringing it home for old W State.
Yeah. Let's see. Their one loss was a 3-0 loss to Northern State University, but no big deal.
That's who.
That's who.
They play next week.
Yeah,
Football,
that's who the
right?
football team will be playing next weekend.
So little revenge game, little cross
Yeah, opportunity.
cross
to come back.
athletic revenge game. I like that.
100%.
I'm okay with it.
I mean, those gals just out here putting up numbers like it's nothing.
Clearly.
In fact, you know what? Honestly, we missed out. If we would have been recording this a month ago, we could have gone and seen a little Winona State volleyball.
No, where at?
Up there in Indy. There was a big U-Indy tournament.
Okay.
And judging by this, I'm going to say that they took it no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Kicked it off with Ashland University. That was a 3-0 W.
Holy cow.
Northern Michigan University, another 3-0 W. Hit them up at Missouri S&T.
What is S&T?
Science and technology.
Science and technology?
Is it?
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty
Or
sure? Stab in the dark?
No, it's S&T. Stab in the
Tackle
trachea.
box?
Okay, so Missouri S&T.
Yeah, another 3-0 W.
Okay.
And then they took it to University of Indianapolis themselves.
okay.
At
With
their
a-
own tournament?
Yeah, with a 3-1 W.
Oh my. So they just run the table, it seems.
It seems like it. I
Who
mean,
beat
I
him?
think that
Did
one-
you already say who beat him?
Yeah, that was
Northern
University.
State.
I think it was a fluke, to be honest.
It has to be a fluke.
Or they stabbed somebody.
With the kind of numbers they're putting up here, I'm saying that was a fluke.
Got to be.
They poisoned the water.
Poison the water.
It's a little okay, but they were at home, right?
They were, yes, they were at home.
So that kind of makes that difficult
They heard the footsteps.
unless Winona planned on poisoning the water, which I don't think they would do. They stand up college.
Yeah.
But if they planned on it and then somebody got the old switcheroo,
Well, maybe after that U-Indy tournament, they're just like, you know what? You gals just take
somebody else deserves a win.
Yeah.
They put in like the B squad. They went down to the local high school and was like, "You guys will be here in a few years anyway. Let's just get you some training."
Yeah, they wanted to go ahead and get them into
Okay.
the program.
Okay.
All right, yeah. You know what? We'll keep up with another women's athletics team here.
Okay.
We're not looking at an actual athletics team for the university. We're looking at a club. They got
Okay.
plenty of club events, club sports,
Okay.
all sorts of things here.
Nightclubs?
Nightclubs?
Do they have nightclubs?
I mean, I don't know about any nightclubs. I'm talking about like
Day
you know,
clubs.
Yeah, I mean,
They
there's
might
probably
play it.
night games,
Okay.
but yeah, we're talking like night athletic clubs for your, wants to play a sport but maybe not go at a full competitive level like that.
Okay.
Although for these gals, I would say otherwise. We got the women's rugby team.
Okay.
Women's rugby. Now,
Yeah.
this is interesting because this is going to tie Aaron into this. So, Aaron, decent rugby player in high school.
You
So,
could say
this is
that.
going to be right up your alley. So, let's hear about, I'm assuming, Winona State Warrior Rugby or?
No, actually, they got
No.
their own name. Yeah,
Okay.
100%. They are the Black Cats. That's spelled with a K-A-T-T-S, by the way.
Okay, so what you're saying is they mean business.
They 100% mean business.
I like
When
that.
you're
I
spelling
mean-
it with a K,
Yeah,
yeah.
I like that. If they would have put a Z instead of an S,
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you might as well just put a Z. I mean,
You
you're
know-
already.
well, if you're going to spell your name like that, they have to be good.
Okay, I mean,
True.
they got the two T's.
Two T's.
They got a
the
K.
K. They got the power already there. Do they really need the Z?
You don't.
You don't, but you know.
Do you take anyone seriously when they have a Z?
I don't know. I think it
These
depends.
girls want to be taken seriously with that S at the end.
Okay.
All right.
And rightfully so, because these gals have sat here and gotten 9 consecutive Division II national finals.
Wins?
Not wins, appearances. 2 of those solid W's.
Oh my
All right,
goodness.
all right.
Okay, so 9 straight years. So
9 straight years of making it.
and two
And
of those were
wins.
wins.
12 consecutive years winning the Northern Lights Conference.
Okay.
10 consecutive years winning the All Minnesota Collegiate Tournament. That was from 2006, 2016. And hit the All Minnesota tournament in 2019. Hit that, took it home. Let's see what else. I mean, solid W's across the board. Pretty much, they're knocking it out with all over 40 and pretty much not letting the other team score anything.
Okay, so
At the most, other teams were scoring 12 points.
Okay, so real quick, because I don't understand how the scoring works. Is
It's
that
basically the same thing.
a lot though? Like 40 points in a rugby game?
I mean, it's just like football, basically.
Okay.
The point system's very similar.
Okay.
Against the University of Northern Illinois, they racked up 116-0.
Okay, that's a lot of points here.
116-0.
Yeah.
And Northern Illinois is a Division I, right? I think so.
I don't know. I don't have the research. I have the research on Winona State. I don't have the research on Northern Illinois.
Okay, you keep talking. I'm looking up Northern Illinois right now.
Okay.
All right. I mean, these girls out here rocking enough. Guess what their own city did for them?
What did they do, Max?
City council got together.
Okay. Mayor.
The mayor did get involved.
Okay.
City council was like, nope, we've already decided this. We're going to take it to the mayor. Mayor didn't even give it a second thought. On January 21st of 2020,
okay.
January 21st was marked as the Winona State Women's Rugby Day.
Really? They have a whole day.
January 21st?
January 21st.
Okay. Also, Northern Illinois is a D1 program.
They are a D1 program. And
Their school is Division
these
I,
gals
yeah.
just came in there.
116-0.
Yeah.
Okay.
But is there rugby at D1?
No.
The school is.
Because that they might not fall into the same thing. I don't know. Whatever.
I was going to say, Winona
just
State's
assume.
a Division II.
Let's just assume that they're
Their
D1.
rugby team's also a Division II. But
So-
anyway, yeah. City council got together. Mayor got together. They said, you know what, gals? We're giving you your own day.
So this women's rugby team
Yeah.
has their own day in Winona.
Yeah.
But they're still a club sport.
9 consecutive trips. Now, my
9
question,
consecutive trips to the finals.
do we think they played last year?
No.
We don't know for sure, but we're going to assume that it's active. Like that's the last 9 that they went to.
Well, I mean, considering that it was in 2020, 2019 was their last finals appearance according to their page. But considering they got their day in 2020, yeah, I'm going to say that they're still active.
Okay. So 9 straight finals appearances. 2 of those are wins.
Right?
They've got their own day in Winona.
And they're still a
Yeah.
club sport.
And they're still a club sport.
They need to be recognized.
They do need to be recognized.
100%.
I'm a little frustrated right now that they're not.
Make it
Just a little
official.
irked.
Make it an official sport.
Make it an official sport.
Yeah, you think so?
I think so. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what?
All right.
We're going to go as far as to say this. And even though they can't see me right now, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going to stand up.
You're
Do
gonna,
it.
I'm going to stand up.
Do it.
all right. Somebody's
Even
gonna
though Winona State cannot see me right now,
He is standing.
the people of Winona cannot see me right now.
say- Yeah,
Listen to me, Winona and Winona State.
here it comes.
I'm looking right at you. You got me standing up. Now, I'm not mad at you, Winona. The Whoa What podcast right here, where Winona State stands.
Fastest growing podcast.
Fastest
in the
growing
world.
podcast in the world.
By far.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Not even close.
And Winona State, we're looking at you. I want to say this. The Whoa What podcast,
Yeah.
we want Winona State. And we want Winona State to want us.
I want to go there.
But here's what we're going to do. Here's what we have to do.
What are we going to do?
Winona State. At Winona State U on Instagram.
Yeah.
Follow them. Direct message them. Let's get these girls on a sanctioned team. Let's get the Black Cats Rugby, the Winona State Black Cats Rugby. 2 T's and the K and all. Winona.
Maybe even a Z. Screw it. Throw it in there.
Winona. Get these girls from a club. Get them sanctioned.
And some money. I want some sponsorships.
Let's get these girls NIL deals.
Why not?
Yeah. Milo's Sweet Tea, where you at?
Milo's Sweet Tea. You know what? If we can get these girls
Yeah.
sanctioned, Winona, I hope you're listening. We will make our first NIL offer to a girl on Winona State rugby team.
All right.
They got to be sanctioned. Fastest growing podcast.
Fastest.
Where
By
at?
far. In the world.
In the whole
By far.
world.
Universe, even.
So Winona State, you guys have the fastest growing podcast in the world on your side. The Whoa What Boys. You got Max.
Yep.
You got Aaron.
Yep.
We'll sprinkle in Steven.
A little sprinkle.
Little sprinkle.
All right.
That's all
But
can
you
really
got
handle.
the whole podcast. You got our mics. You got our laptops.
One laptop.
You got our phones. You got our mixers. You got our hearts, Winona
paper.
State.
We have a lot of paper.
You have our hearts. You have our drive. We, let it be known,
Letting it be known.
that the Whoa What podcasts are here for Winona State. And
go. I would go this weekend.
for the city of Winona. At Visit Winona on Instagram. Listen, we've seen you guys interacting with our stuff. Okay? Let's work something out. Let's make Winona the official city of the Whoa What podcast. We got Winona.
Yep.
We got Winona State.
Yep.
Is it any coincidence that our podcast title starts with a W?
Not at all.
Not at all.
It has 2 W's on it.
2 of them. Just like Winona State and Winona. You put them together.
WW.
Winona. Get these girls paid.
Big bucks.
Get 'em
I want them
sanctioned.
getting paid twice what LeBron makes.
Get them paid. And let's
It's a lot of money.
make Winona State women's rugby a thing. And let's take it to the moon.
Okay, Elon.
Winona State for life. The Whoa What podcast. Winona State stands. And let's keep it going. Winona, Minnesota, and Winona State. We're looking right at you.
Do we have another request? We want to go. We want to be invited.
We do want to be invited.
We want to take a tour.
This
Do they have
is
frisbee golf.
this is for you, Winona.
Do they have frisbee golf?
Do they have frisbee golf?
You know what? They do have frisbee golf, Aaron.
So we
Winona.
can take a tour and play frisbee golf.
Winona, we're looking at you. We want to vlog Winona State. We want to record a podcast on your campus.
Yeah.
On
And
the
we want to
rooftops.
see everything that Winona has to offer. So, Winona, have your people call our people.
You can email us at whoa3@gmail.com.
Well, what 3? At Whoa What Pod on Instagram. Direct message. You know what?
You can just call them DMs.
You can slide right into the DMs. Winona State, we want you. And we want Winona State to want us. I'm going to throw it back to Max because this is exhausting.
What, standing?
And I'm going right at him. I'm going right at him. We want you, Winona State. Make the right decision.
You know what? I appreciate the passion you brought to that.
Well, they need to be told.
I mean, it is the best school.
I mean, I thought
In the
so
world.
too. That's why I felt the need to bring it up. But I appreciate that the passion was reciprocated.
Winona State. You know what? I think they need more recognition.
Aaron,
Yes,
you asked about some disc golf.
I did. Because disc golf is great.
Yeah, you like some disc golf as well?
Everybody does. I mean,
Well,
unless
you're wrong if you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
It's amazing. It's fun.
tossing,
And it's cheap.
tossing around the disc.
It's usually free.
Usually, yes.
You just stroll around.
Yeah, no. In fact, in one of their on-campus parks, they do have frisbee golf for you.
Do
Disc
they?
golf for you? Yeah,
On campus?
on campus.
18 holes?
18 hole. Didn't get the full information on
Okay.
the 18 holes or not. You know what? I'll do a little research. Let's see.
We'll assume it's 18 holes.
Well, I mean,
or maybe 9.
With as big of a place they're working with, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking 36.
That's a lot of holes.
I mean, plenty of golf to play.
That's true.
Yeah, no, they've got actually two parks just right there next to campus. A few other parks not too far away. You want to do a little hiking, little watercraft activities. Got plenty of
Like canoeing.
canoeing. They
Jet
got
skiing.
paddleboard. Jet ski. I didn't see jet ski on the list.
I mean,
Whitewater raft.
I mean, with the lakes, I would imagine you could probably do some jet ski.
you probably could.
How many college students own a jet ski?
Doesn't matter.
How
Winona
many
State's
college
got it like that.
students are owning paddleboards and canoes? Probably
In Minnesota, not many.
Probably not many, which is why they have rentals.
Hey, okay.
Winona State University jet ski rentals. If you don't have it, get on it.
I actually have Wave Runner, or I'm sorry, Sea-Doo.
Sea-Doo?
Have Sea-Doo sponsor your women's rugby team
And the Woah podcast.
and the Woah podcast together. But get them something. I'm still on it.
Yeah, they got rock climbing too. Some they
Rock
got
climbing?
some natural scenery around there. You can get a little rock climbing in on your
Okay.
hike. Yeah.
All right.
And if
Sounds
it's,
like a nice outdoorsy place
yeah,
to
if
be.
it's wintertime and everything, you're out there. You can probably ice skate on the lakes and have a little fun. Still go on a hike, a little wintertime hike, and if you're still into climbing, there's ice climbing. Just
Hang on.
What?
Did you just casually drop that Winona State has ice climbing?
yeah,
Yeah, that's not a common thing.
it's not.
No.
No. That's shit you see in the movie.
How many
What-
places do you know
I
about?
mean, I mean, if you could mountain climb, why can't you?
How many
ice climb
times
in
have
the
you
winter?
ice climbed?
Well, it's not about can you. It's about the fact that they just have it readily available.
How
Of course, in
common
the
is
winter,
that?
I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not an all year long activity. Unless you live in, like, the North
Antarctica.
Pole.
the North Pole.
Yep.
Okay, fair
Or
enough.
South one. Whatever.
Yeah, no, some of their natural geographical landmarks around there offer you some good ice climbing, apparently.
Okay. With the ice climbing things.
Yeah.
The sticky shoes and the...
Wait, the ice climbing thing?
Yeah, you got the shoes with the little spikes on them, and then you got the little
Okay.
hammer-looking things that are spikes. Whatever you call that.
Well,
There is a name. I can't
There's a
remember
name?
what they are. I'm gonna find
I
out.
have
We're
no
just going to
idea
call
what
them
the
ice
name is.
picky thingings.
yeah. I mean, ice pick sounds about right. It looks like a pickaxe, so I mean,
Kinda. One-sided pickaxe.
one-sided pickaxe.
Oh.
You got the name? Almost.
No, keep looking.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well,
Uh,
okay. So, ice climbing. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Did
ice
not
climbing.
expect that.
no, didn't either. Personally, not for me.
I think it'd be fun.
I mean, I'm sure it would be if
With
I
like
was
a rope.
already, yeah, if I was already an experienced climber in general, I'm sure I'd have fun with that. But I'm not quite.
You prefer to be
extreme.
on the ground.
Yeah, I'd like to be on the ground, which kind of brings me back to the disc golf because they have plenty of other things for the less adventurous types.
Okay, really
Okay.
quickly before
Yeah,
you
really
jump into
quick.
that, we're morons
What?
because they just called it an ice axe or an ice tool.
That's insane.
Eh,
They couldn't have come
close
up with like a
enough.
name.
That's an oversimplification.
I'm
Ice
saying
tool.
close enough.
I feel like there's a lot of different tools you use in the ice to just call it an ice tool.
An ice tool is a specialized elaboration of the modern ice axe and often described broadly as an ice axe or technical axe.
Interesting.
That's it. That's all we got.
So ice axe.
Okay, I get where axe comes from,
But
but I
when
know
you-
something about axes, and that doesn't make me think of an axe.
Yeah, when you think of an axe, you think of cutting things, not using it to climb.
I'm not disagreeing. Don't shoot the messenger.
Google.
Okay. Well, what other
yeah.
activities do they offer?
Yeah, for your not quite so extreme, not quite wanting to get out there and daredevil yourself on the face of an icy cliff or a regular cliff. Like we mentioned before, they do have disc golf.
Okay.
Steven, you're on your computer a lot, right?
Unfortunately,
Mainly on your
most of the time,
laptop. Yeah. As we just saw, looking stuff up on your phone. and
Right.
whatnot. Yeah. Data gets to be a thing sometimes, doesn't it?
It can bog you down, even the unlimited plans.
Yeah, because they slow you down. And
I was gonna say, especially
Oh.
if you have to use your phone as a Wi-Fi hotspot, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, how would you like to hang out in a park, in the outdoors, with your friends, in the grass, a little blanket? Maybe you got a picnic with you. You can still do whatever you want on your phone or laptop.
Hang on. I got to stop you. Because what I think you're about to tell me,
What do you think I'm about to tell you?
I think you're about to tell me that they've got
indoor, outdoor Wi-Fi.
indoor, outdoor Wi-Fi all over their place. There is what I'm thinking. And if you tell me that, on top of all the other cool things you told me about Winona State,
Yeah.
they go to number one. I'm going to let you finish now, but they go to number one if you're about to say what I think you're about to say.
All right. Well, first off, you're welcome, Winona State, and also Steve. Get ready to do some outdoor online activities because they do.
They've got is there anything special? Is it like campus wide or something like that?
Yes, actually. Let's see here. Yeah. Don't even have to disconnect from your device. You have access to free WSU Wi-Fi on campus and at Lake Park, as well as city parks like Levy Park.
Holy smokes! So
Busting out that Wi-Fi game.
yeah, so Winona State, and look, this might be a thing all over the place.
Yeah, this might be really common.
I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't care
Winona.
because whoever does it doesn't do it as well as Winona State. But
Maybe.
Winona does it better.
They do it better.
So you can internet outside. You can do whatever you want
Yep.
at Winona State.
Indoors or outdoors.
So listen, here's the thing. The Whoa What podcast, fastest growing podcast in the world.
In the world.
By far.
Hook us up, Winona. You hook us up, we'll hook you up.
Hook it up.
We want t-shirts. I'll take a lanyard, maybe a picture or two. We'll
I
put
want-
them up in the
I want
studio.
a hoodie. I bet they do good hoodies. It gets cold up there.
Okay.
It's about hoodie season over
It
here.
Bad
is.
boy season.
Yeah.
It is. So
I need some hoodie.
here's what we've learned. That Winona State is the best college in the country.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
And that Winona, Minnesota is the best city in the country.
Yeah.
You know what that means.
What does it mean?
New York, Tokyo, LA, Hong Kong, Singapore, London.
Yeah.
Pack your bags. There's a new sheriff in town.
There is. And it's Winona.
Sheriff, Winona, Minnesota.
Get gone.
Get gone. Because Winona is, you heard it here first, from today, from yesterday, probably since the beginning of their town, city. They've been the best. They always will be the best.
Their school's the best.
Their
by
school's
far.
the best. I bet they have the best people.
Probably.
Nicest,
Nicest.
salt of the earth type people.
Oh, 100%.
Ice climbing kind of people.
Ice climbing kind of people. So here's what we're going to say. Next week, we're going to talk about the great outdoors.
Ooh, I like it.
Okay.
And what I was going to do, or what I thought we should do,
Okay.
is I would end this episode by asking Max to pick a state
Okay.
and asking Aaron to pick, probably in this regard, a city or something like that.
Yeah, a little new research for me.
Yeah. But we're not.
We're not?
No, because if
can't.
Aaron, if you had to pick a state right now, who would you pick?
I would pick Winona State.
You'd pick Winona State.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
There is
I-
nothing else.
If I tell
can't
him,
argue.
if I tell you to pick a state, you're going to hit me with Minnesota.
Yeah.
If I tell you to pick a city in Minnesota,
Winona.
you're going to pick Winona.
Pick a school. Winona State.
Winona State.
You know
So,
what schools matter? None of them except Winona State.
Winona State. So we're going take 2 next week.
Take 2.
When we talk about the great outdoors, we're just going to keep talking about Winona, Minnesota.
I mean, not the whole time.
Not the whole time.
There'll be a brief segment.
Yeah. So what I would ask is contact us,
Yeah.
comment,
Send us shirts, hoodies specifically, phone cases.
Send us a direct message.
Steven
at
would
Whoa
love a
What.
pop socket.
Pop socket for my phone. Send a direct message to at Whoa What Pod on Instagram. Send us an email at whowwhat3@gmail. We want to know what you guys want to hear.
Slide in the DMs.
Slide into those DMs. Looking right at you, Winona.
Tell us
Right
about
into
it.
the windows of their soul.
Slide into my DMs.
We want to hear from you. We want to be invited.
Here's what we want. We want Winona to reach out via Instagram again or email. We'll have the social media team
Mm-hmm.
get all the info to us. We'll talk Winona,
Yeah.
but we want Winona to talk Whoa What. We want to
I
hear
want
from
this
you,
to be
Winona.
the talk of the town in Winona.
We want to be partners with Winona State. You know what's going to cost you, Winona State? Swag
Love.
bag
And love.
and love.
A little swag action.
Love us
Little
back.
swag bag.
And a few swag bags. 3 to be exact.
We love you, Winona State, and all we want, a little bit of love in return.
That's all you can ask.
So tune in next week. Great Outdoors. Comment, like, subscribe,
Uh-huh.
whatever you have to do across the podcast world. Follow us on Instagram at Whoa What Pod. Send us an email, whowwhat3@gmail.com. Tell us what you want to talk about. Tell us what you want us to talk about. Tell us what you want to hear about. And if it's Winona, if you hear this, you guys come first.
They
Oh,
do.
on the list.
We want to hear from you.
I don't want to hear about Alabama.
I don't want to hear
Auburn.
about Alabama.
Clemson.
Clemson.
I don't want to hear about it.
No.
Winona State's the only thing that matters.
Hashtag Go Warriors. Hashtag Visit Winona. At Visit Winona on Instagram. We want to hear from you. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 1, where we talked sports. Episode 2, we will talk the great outdoors. Again, find us on our socials. Sign us off.
All right, this is Max signing out.
And this is Aaron out here in these streets as usual.
And this is Steven. Thank you guys so much for listening. We look forward to doing this again next week. Thank you.